cause I miss what we got. Round and round, just cruising the block. Time passed so fast, we don't check the clock. To the hip, to the hop, non-stop. I'm just chillin' the millin'. You wanna go to a party and throw your hand in the ceiling. Never revealing your feeling, but I tell in your face. You want the hockey and banana? Back to my place, and we can take a stop by your favorite ice cream shop and get that chocolate vanilla with that cherry on top. We cool with ease, feel the breeze, smoke some trees. Used to wake up in the morning wearing my tees. Yeah, so where we at now? I'm taking it back now. I call a couple of times and you were like, not now. Can I call you later? But you hit me anyway. I wanna rock with you like my name was MJ.
Girl, close your eyes. Let the rhythm get into you. Don't try to fight it. There ain't nothing that you so baby, just keep on moving. Oh, gotta rock it, don't stop it. Gotta rock it, don't stop now. The love that we've been through, after all you put me through, yeah, can we get back to groove?
Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continued source for all sports wager information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV to receive your rewards. It's BetOnline, where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemaker sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of can. I can make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor, I'm smiling now. Speaking for the people who must go around. Taking truth to power, the whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey yeah, say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sign that you hear is a sign of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
2, 1, ready, come on.
Not getting hustle, not getting hustle. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can.
Every lady, y'all.
Good times, good times, good times, good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
Yeah.
Good times.
Cool.
Good people of Noise Media and beyond, have no fear. We are here and we are ready for you. Well, kinda. First, we need white organist. If you don't mind, sir, hook us up with a little, you know what it is. Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody. Ho, 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 in the bottle of rum. We're so glad to be here with you today. And we're in the holiday spirit. And we're speaking about everything. But the bottom line is we're going to have a good time. Grab your Bibles and your church. Make your way through the pews. So we can go out there. Yeah! Mama Noise, what's up? You good? Can anybody hear you?
Yes.
There you go. How are you feeling? Let's start with that.
I'm well.
You're well?
Mm-hmm.
Well, amen and amen to you. I am well as well, and noisemakers, I hope that you are well. I hope that you feel all right inside your spirit. I hope that you feel all right inside your mind. I hope that you feel all right. Where is White Organist when I need him? Come on, White Organist, play that thing. Yeah. I hope that you feel all right inside your mind and your whole stomach. And it's just, put it on and the noise on. Yeah, man. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay. I got on my holiday hat today. I'm ready. I'm ready today, Mama Noise. Y'all see my black sandals? Hold on. Y'all see the black sandals?
I think they see it now.
Yeah, those are the black sandals. They doing their thing.
You the Blanta?
I'm a blanter. Ho, ho, ho. Nigga, ho. There you go. Mama Noise, I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling a good mood. I'm in a good mood. We ready to get our boogie on here tonight. I hope everybody's ready to have some fun. Got a lot of great stories. I decided to come on with joy because obviously our very first story out the gate is one of not any joy. It is the one that has been trending the past couple of days, and it is not the best story to start a Friday off, but it is the reality of the circumstances in the day that we live in today. And that is the news that we woke up to early Wednesday morning, the very shocking news that we woke up to early Wednesday morning, that well-known and well-beloved DJ and dancer and actor extraordinaire, well, I wouldn't say extraordinary, but great actor. He is a great actor. Stephen Boss, better known to most people as Twitch, had died from suicide, a successful suicide attempt. And it was a very shocking story. It is a story that has reverberated throughout our culture and our society right now. because according to the police report and the known facts of the case, Twitch left his house on Monday of this week and walked 15 minutes from his house to a local motel, put his phone on airplane mode so he could not be disturbed or found. And at some point between Monday and Tuesday, proceeded to put a gun in his head, mouth, and kill himself. It is a shocking turn of events because if you are a follower of Twitch, as I was, it is very, very surprising. Like I'm not sure anybody saw this coming. According to his wife, who they had just celebrated their 9th year anniversary, no one anticipated this. It wasn't a thing where people saw this coming. And so she said there were no arguments that of a significant nature leading up to this. There were no, she said she didn't see any signs whatsoever. And it's just, I think it caught everybody off guard. And it's still, as the details unlock and unfold, it's still catching everybody off guard. Apparently, there is or was a suicide note alluding to past challenges that he may have had. It says, I'm trying to look and see. I didn't get a lot of details as related to the actual note itself. I think that's it's still under police, whatever. And so I think they may never release all the details, although somehow TMZ has a knack for getting this information. So anyway, but it's just a really tragic situation. But in the note, it says that there were challenges that he faced in his past that led up to the struggles of the suicide or whatever the case may be. He is survived by his beautiful wife, Allison Hoker, I think is her last name, as well as I think he has 1 kid by marriage and 3 that they share together. So this is a horrific story in every possible way. Just unfathomable. If you are a follower of Twitch and Allison on Facebook and on YouTube, because I finally got to follow them because of TikTok videos, and I got to know them in the pandemic early 2 years ago because of TikTok videos, and they would do this couples dance type thing, and they looked like they were happy and enjoying themselves, which brings me to a statement that we kind of talked about the other night, Mama Noise, in that Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all these places on social media, they're not real places. It's not a real place. It's just it's a social media gathering spot, but it's not an actual place. Like my daughter did something today. My oldest did something today, and she took one of those games and it said she was Spanish and Portuguese. And I'm like, baby, that's not real. Said that, I didn't say this in her post, but I'm telling her now because I know she's listening. That ain't real. So you can dismiss that out of your mind. It's as far from the truth as anything. And a lot of times what we see on social media is not actually who and what people are dealing with. Sometimes it is. Sometimes people go and they sense there's a community there and they do put actual truthful information or whatever. Most of my friends do. I don't know about your friends, Mama Noise, but a lot of times when you start to venture beyond your core group, you see a lot of stuff that ain't real. So just because you see somebody pull up at an island and they have butt naked in a bikini, that don't mean they're having a real life experience. That don't mean they're experiencing joy and happiness in their personal life. In fact, it is more likely that you're not connecting. They're not connecting to you in a real way. They're giving you what they want you to see. And so that is it is a challenging situation to say the least. But that was the case clearly of Twitch, because if you go back to his timeline and you go back to his wife's timeline, there are no pictures that you will see of a negative nature. Like, he's not sharing, man, y'all, I'm having a bad day and this is rough. This, that, and the other. He's sharing dances and great moments with his wife and kids, and they look like the picture of happiness. But that clearly, obviously, wasn't the case. Signs got missed, and as a result of that, we are. But I went on. I did something I never do, is to go live on Instagram, and I think I may start doing more of that. But I wanted people to understand those realities that I just shared. But also, one thing that really God spoke to me about was, if they hit your mind, then it's probably time. And we got to start reaching out to people when they cross our minds. And reaching out is not responding to their social media posts. That's not the same thing. Reaching out is actually reaching out. You shoot them a real text to the number that you possess, or you call them and say, hey, man, I was just thinking about you, and, trying to connect in a real human way. Because I think as people, we've got to get back to connecting sensually, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna make it a word tonight. But sensually, what I mean by that is connecting with our ears, hearing each other, connecting with our eyes, seeing each other, connecting with fellowship, putting our hands on each other, touching each other, a hug, whatever. We got to connect back to that, because when we disconnect for so long, we do feel that sense of, I'm alone, I'm out there by myself, no one's with me, that kind of thing. So my heart and prayers go out to that family. That's my setup to what took place. That's my rant. But I will turn it over to our wonderful co-hosts who are here, Mama Noise, and of course the great Al B is entered the building. What up, though, Al B?
What up, fam?
Yeah, Danielle Kelly, thank you. We gotta go get back to human connection, man. But Mama Noise, what's your thoughts on the?
I was just gonna say, my father, God rest his soul, he would always say,
yeah,
don't text me, call me.
Yeah,
I want to hear your voice.
Yeah, he was big on that. He was really big on that.
And you saying, what difference does it make? I mean, I'm sending you the message. It's just typed out. It's just not my voice, but I'm typing you out the message. I don't understand what the problem is. But the problem is that maybe one day you won't hear that voice.
Yeah.
I can look back up at past text messages, but they won't be his voice. And, I would say things like, how you doing? Well, it beats the alternative. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, well, another day above ground. And I'm like, dang, that's gonna be so morbid. But, now that he's not here, I get that. Because, I hear, Christmas is coming and my birthday is 5 days after Christmas. And those are days that I want to hear his voice. Those are days that I know that the text message, I wouldn't want him to text me. I would want him to call me so I could hear his voice, even though he was not a man of many words. They were very weighty and profound words, man full of wisdom. So I think when I heard what you said a few minutes ago, Mr. Noise, I heard we must be intentional. We must get back to the go ahead and making the call. Now we're in the information age where everything is so quick in a hurry. We're so impatient. Everything is microwaved. I don't need to sit down and have a conversation with you. All I need to do is send you 150 characters, a text message. didn't you see my post? I told you I was doing all right. That's not enough. We're gonna have to go ahead and go backwards and fix some things by making the decision to start talking to people directly and seeing how they're doing. Because see, people, it's like I told Azaria the other day. I said, on Facebook, what I call Front Street is the stuff you see in your regular news feed, but Back Street is what I call the messenger. Because see, sometimes you're talking to people, everything you see on the Front Street looks lovely, but on the Back Street, somebody will say, man, I'm having a hard time. And you're like, okay, so do I want to keep sending text messages back and forth? Or they just need to hear me say, you going to be all right? Or how can I help you? Or the most powerful words to me on a planet is I'm listening.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody you're listening, and you really authentically want to hear what they have to say. You ain't sharing it with a cell phone. You ain't sharing it with an email. You're actually listening. You will hear their heart. You will hear what's really going on. Not that you're trying to get in their business or nothing, but they can feel the authenticity that you are.
But Mama Noise, you know what? I think that the thing also that I learned from this, and I definitely want to get Al B in here in just a second, but I want to say this real quick. I gotta stop looking past the happy face. And I think sometimes somebody had a powerful post they put up of pictures of people who have committed suicide. And it was Anthony Bourdain dying. Anthony Bourdain. Was it dying or Dane?
Dane Bourdain.
So Anthony Bourdain, it was Robin Williams, it was Twitch, and it was one other person. But they're all people. The common thread was that they all committed suicide, and they're all visually, perpetually happy people. That if you saw them, you would think, "Why are you committing suicide?" Like it seems like your life is great, you're happy, whatever. But I think one of the things that we have not done a great job of is being able to detect past the happiness, past the there's a weird movie, and then I'll stop. That I took my girls to see. It was a Disney movie, a Pixar movie called Inside and Out. Al, did you ever see that one?
I did.
Okay, so the first time I saw it, I didn't get it. I was like, "This is a lot for a kid movie. Like this is heavy." But now, as the years have gone on, I reflect back on it, and I said, "Okay, we need more kids to see this movie because we have done kids a disservice in that we've kind of made them think that the only emotion they should ever have to process is happiness. And they don't know what to do with sadness. They don't know what to do with anger. And they don't know what to do with despair. And they feel as though those things will last forever, as opposed to that they're only a momentary thing. And sometimes they're even an aid for you to get back to happiness and joy. And so we're doing our kids a disservice by not teaching them a complete model of emotional health. Does that make sense? So when you see somebody that's always happy, they're always laughing, like Robin Williams, always on, publicly, always on, privately dying inside. Same thing with Twitch. Always, I think he was one of TMZ's most favorite interviews because every time they interviewed him, he was always pleasant and happy and in a good mood and never giving a bad, never short with them or whatever. But maybe that was part of the problem because he never emoted anything but that side of himself. So I don't know. Al, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Mama Noise, that was powerful what you said just then. Al, I want to hear what you got to say about all of
it. There's really not much more to be said. I echo what both of you have said. It's so unfortunate that we as human beings aren't specifically trained to identify beyond people's surface. And I say that meaning that oftentimes we purposely disguise our hurt so others can't even see it. And so, like Mama Noise said, we just need to be accessible. We just need to be a willing person, somebody willing to sit and listen. I think back just this past weekend, I have a friend. I know that she experienced the loss this time of year, and so normally we just communicate via text. Uh, However, I called her and she didn't answer the call, and I believe it was the next day. She was like, "Did I miss a call from you?" And my response simply was, "Oh, I didn't want anything. I just wanted to hear your voice." She said, "Huh?" And I was like, "I just wanted to hear that you was okay. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
yeah,
see it in a text message. I wanted to hear it in your voice.
yeah.
Occasionally you can pick up things, but again, I I can't add anything to what you and Mama Noise have said to make it any better because y'all hit the nail on the head. I was so touched by uh, Twitch's story because you know they posted his last Instagram post, which was less than 24 hours prior to him committing suicide. It was a video of him and his wife
Mm-hmm.
gazing into each other's eyes, smiling, dancing, which
Yeah,
is something they often did. So you would never have uh, guessed that he was hurting inside from what was presented to you on the surface. So
and and, and Al, I think you added something really powerful that we need to just kind of piggyback on right there in the fact that I need to hear you. Like Mama Noy said, I'm listening. I'm really tuned in to the things you're saying and the things that you're not. And based on what you just said, Al, if I know that you've had an experience, like Mama Noise is like she's talking about, she's had an experience where she's had a loss and there's an expectation. Well, then I need to just assume that she's probably not, there is a part of her that is not great.
right.
And give room for her to say, hey, how you doing? And just go ahead and engage that side of her and say, hey, just call to check and see how you're doing. I know that this part of you is exposed right now emotionally. Like Nicole Yancey said, shout out to Nicole Soror. She's dealing with kids that are dealing with stuff that dealt with stuff through the COVID experience, and we're telling kids don't emo, don't cry. Well, no, that's the wrong information. The right information is engage and maybe even encourage you to feel whatever it is you're feeling, so that we can get that out, because that's healthy. That's healthy. That's how we process it all. That's how we get through to tomorrow and recognize that a tomorrow can be obtained. You're muted, Mama Noise. Can't nobody hear you? Can't nobody hear all that brilliance with a mutant?
I'm listening to you, and all I can hear behind your words is when we as parents tell our kids to suck it up.
Yeah.
Stop all that crying. What? And then I'm gonna give you something to cry about type stuff. Okay, well, we kind of put it's like a sink full of water. We put a plug in it so the water doesn't get out. So it's just held in. And so we have taught our kids to internalize their emotions and how they feel and not to tell us about it. Then when something happens, like Soror Brown said from in the schools, then it's, what's the matter? What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's going on? Okay, well, we taught them the opposite, not to tell us what's going on. Right. I mean, and you know what? I apologize, Azaria. when you were a baby, our daughter, when you were a baby, I remember you fell down and you just cried. And I said, I just looked at you with a blank stare and said, why are you crying? She's like, trying to show me what the problem is. And I said, you're fine.
Well, but there's a balance to it too, Mama Noy. I get what you're saying, and I agree that we got to be careful with the total language of what we're using. There's a balance to it because you do have to. There are moments where you got to kind of
help them to control their emotions.
Right. That's the best way to say it. Help people to balance their emotions, right? But at the same time, the balance doesn't negate an actual encounter with the emotion. So it's okay to encounter the emotion, but just not to allow the emotion to overwhelm you. And so now you got to figure out, okay, well, how do I process this in a healthy way so that I'm not allowing it to overtake me? Which, by the way, is what we're talking about in this situation. I believe that suicide is a result of an improper ability to process circumstances coupled with emotions the right way. So you don't know how to deal with the pressure that you're feeling, and so you find yourself processing it in a way that feels perpetual but also feels like trapped. And so that perpetuity collides with the trapping, and it creates a vacuum of helplessness. And so that vacuum of helplessness causes us to be like, there's no way out, and the only way out is finality, which is not necessary, which is not true at all. That'd be great.
It's like I remember saying to the kids as well, is that they have a mindset of thinking that everything is permanent. Like what I'm going through right now, this moment is permanent. The fact that he broke my heart or they don't like me or whatever the kids go through in the school, that's permanent. Yeah. And I don't see a way out. Instead of understanding that a lot of the stuff, not all of it, but a lot of the stuff is temporary.
And if we don't, and to your point, Mama Noise, if we don't break that cycle in our young people early, then that quickly becomes the model and the mindset that they carry into adulthood. And then this becomes the outcome. Because if they can't find, so life, instead of it becoming a road, it becomes a maze. And if we don't find our way through the maze, or we don't think that there is a way through the maze, we will give up. And that's what I think we're seeing a lot of times in these circumstances. So yeah, and Sora, I think we would love to have you. We should talk about that like around the first of the year. Come back after the holidays. We should definitely talk about that because I think that's a subject matter that we're not talking about enough. How to process all of these emotions. So anyway, we send our thoughts as a company, as a show, and as individuals to the family, the Boss family, and his mom. God bless his mom. She put out an Instagram post today saying, I'm seeing all your calls, I'm seeing all your tweets and whatever, but y'all got to give me a minute. That's my baby. And really, I know people don't know what to do in these moments. None of us do, because we feel and we hurt and we emote and I think even Tyler Perry got on today and made a confession of his own that he had battles of suicide. So I get it, and I think we all want to do something, but right now, the number one thing I think, this is just me being probably selfishly saying, the number one thing I think we can do for this family is to lift them up heavily in prayer and just and be there, be present, and those that are in the inner circle, they can be present in a way that not necessarily is intrusive, but it's just you know, whatever way that the family wants you to be there, be there. So they want you in a room to pick up some paper and that's it, then do that. If they want you to sit on the couch with them and watch old movies and cry and let them cry, do that. But nothing you're going to say is going to take that pain away. And these kids and this wife, they have a long journey. I mean, a long journey. It's ironic, and I think I may have shared this on either this platform or maybe Uncorked Wine, but there's another young lady that I just, because of her story, happened to follow on Instagram, and she lost her husband to a drunk driver a few years back. And so she went live yesterday, and ironically, she said, "Oh, and by the way, I've already lost both my parents." And I was like, "Well, doggone, like I mean, that's a lot." And I think she lost them around the holidays. So can so
Well, that's another reason why I Mr. Noise, the importance of, I express how we need to pray for one another this holiday season. I know that, everybody's all about Christmas and all about, getting the dinner and getting the gifts and getting the tree and all that type of stuff. But take some time out and fellowship, reach out to your people, like you said, but also pray for people, because man, there are people that this is the hardest time of the year, where we always talk about it's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, well, there's some people that this is the most horrible time of the year, because they're missing their parents, they're missing their children, they're missing family members or whatever. And it looks like on social media, all you see is everybody else's. They got their tree, they got their gifts, they're on vacation, they're in Antigua, they're down in over in Puerto Rico and stuff for Christmas. They're out in the cabin, and you're just like, oh, man, my life sucks. When you saying, look at all these other people, look like they got it going on. Somebody pulling up, God done blessed me with a new truck. Hallelujah. You seeing folks posing with that. You just like, dang it, I sit here and base my life on what I see everybody else has. It's like, man.
I agree 100%. And even, I don't think I've ever said what I'm about to say publicly. I've never said it publicly. I'm going to say it now. One of the things that's hard, and listen, this is not to tell anybody to stop doing what they're doing, because you should do this if this is how you, but every time I see parent to child post on Facebook, I am reminded that I won't ever get to do that again. Every time. And I have to work through that in a moment. Now, over the years, over the last it's now 16 years, I've gotten better and better and better with working through it. But you still work through it. Like, it's still a process. It's still, okay. Yeah, that's great. God, I wish I could do that. Can't do it. But you just work through it. And it's a process. So I get it. And that's maybe something that maybe we'll dive into a little bit deeper next week, because we are concerned about people who are going through during the holidays. And so anyway,
we talked about some of that on I Still Do.
Right.
So, we talked about the parents not having our parents with us in Christmas season, and my first time experiencing that now for like 2 years, whereas you've been having that as a challenge for quite some time.
Right.
And I think that we've really helped some people, because there's a lot of people that they're not talking about that. They're not having that discussion. It's like, in other words, all we're going to talk about is the wonderful time of the year.
Well, and by the way, rightfully so. This is not designed to pull everybody's Christmas into a dumpster. You know what I'm saying? It's just there is a sect of people out there, and they're close to you, family, friends, loved ones, whatever, that the holidays are a challenge. Not that it's just completely sad, but it's just challenging. And so I that's why I brought up the young lady. That's why I brought up Twitch. The whole thing. It's a journey for us, and we have to get through the journey. And it's a little different. Now we try to pour into our kids and our spouses. I'm blessed to have a wonderful wife now. And this year we get to experience this with my grandmother, so that's going to be fun. And my sister, or whatever, and some other family members are going to be here. So that's going to make it a little better for me this year. But it is a challenge. It is a very much a challenge to experience it without specific loved ones that have gone on. So I said all that to say, and I know we got to wrap this part up, but we'll just, we want to support. We want to be a support for those who are going through that process. So anyway, Al, you got any final thoughts on that?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So we'll move on to the next thing. And this is Black Friday, by the way. So we got the whole night is not this. It's just Black Friday is we got a lot of good stories. In fact, we're gonna talk about some Christmas memories, some fun stuff here in a little bit, but we do have to get the Black Friday news out of the way. Let me just say this. This Meg Thee Stallion trial, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot going on. So for those of you who have not been keeping up with it, let me catch you up to where we are. So Meg has already testified. She gave her version of what took place. Tory has not testified yet, but Meg has. They brought in Meg's quote unquote ex-best friend and former assistant, who was also in there when this thing went down. She got on stand and started to proceed to, I don't remember. I don't know. I'm pleading the fifth. I'm this, that, and the other. And everybody was like, why are you doing this? Like, we had already talked about it. Right. So she's like, why we are, the prosecution was like, why are you taking this route? Like, we've already talked about it. And by the way, you have an immunity deal. So whatever you say, you covered, you good. Now, I don't know. So then they asked her, well, were you paid off? No, nobody paid me. And they were like, okay, you do understand what the word perjury means, right?
I'm not sure immunity does
What?
perjury.
What are you talking about?
Perjury and immunity don't work together.
Right. So she was like backpedaling or whatever. So that was yesterday. Today, they played a tape of her back in September where she was vividly giving details. So all that, I don't remember stuff that she was doing yesterday. They played the whole thing for the jury where she not only remembered, but gave vivid detail, step by step, as to what took place. And then he fired 2 times, and then he did this, and then he put his hand over the window of the passenger side of this. And I was like, ma'am.
Sound like she been threatened.
Do you realize you're going to go to jail if you don't get this together? Like, they got you on tape. So I don't know.
Been threatened or something.
Well, I don't know if she's been threatened or if she was paid off. Like, Tory may have paid her off. Like, she talks about that even on the tape. Like, Tory was like, when the officer came up, I'm about to sign a big deal. I'll give you both $1 million apiece if you keep your mouth shut. So it's that kind of stuff. So it's a crazy trial right now. Crazy. And I've said all of that to say simply this: nigga, you going to jail. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't even know why we.
You and him.
Bro, you going to jail. Like, go ahead, Al.
I recall us earlier this week, and I myself, it's cut and dry. What, but 2, 3, 4 people there. It's cut and dry. You guilty.
Right.
Well, the second thoughts, because it also came out that not only Tory, but Miss Harris also had gun residue. And so the fact that she's pleading the fifth so that she doesn't incriminate herself, and then when the jury hears that she tested positive for gun residue,
I didn't hear that
there's
part.
going to be questions. They both had gun residue. So there's going to be questions. So maybe she's trying to cover up the fact that she fired a gun. And so all it takes is reasonable doubt. So now, I'm not so convinced as I was earlier this week that Tory is going to be convicted.
See, when I heard you say that, it sounded to me like both of them was going to be convicted.
Well,
Like
you
the story is
both
raggedy
of them
right
aren't
now.
on trial. Both of them aren't on trial, right?
No,
So with
they're not.
him
Both
being
of
the
them are
only
not.
one on
Yeah,
trial, all they have to do is create a reasonable doubt. And
that's
a
true.
reasonable doubt is that maybe he didn't fire the gun. Maybe she fired the gun. Now she's trying not to incriminate herself, which is why all of a sudden she's telling the court that, oh, I don't remember what I said back in September.
But
You know, so
why would Megan say she fired it? Because now Megan's going to be. I don't know. This is confusing. This is so crazy.
it's crazy. And I
It
thought,
is
man,
crazy.
this is cut and dry. Why are we wasting our time with this trial?
Right. Well,
So
they got more stuff on tape to play Monday. So the jury's going to come back and listen to the rest of the tape on Monday. So I
but
don't know. I wonder where this
it's
is all
funny.
going.
I was watching an episode of CSI. I believe it was CSI. It was one of them shows similar to that. And in some jurisdictions, depositions are not admissible in court. You actually have to have the witness corroborate the deposition in court for it to be admissible. So just because they have her recorded as saying to and fro, it's possible that it may not be admissible in court.
Well, according to Judge Hereford, he or she, I don't know if it's a man or woman, but they have already ruled that they can play the entire 80 minutes of Harris's September interview in court.
Gotcha.
So this is crazy. This whole thing is crazy. It is. This
I wish
I'm with you, Al.
I wish the prosecution would ask a forensic expert, can she get residue if he passed her the gun?
Hide or something. Yeah.
Right.
You can
So that he wasn't found in possession of the weapon, seeing that he was already a convicted felon or whatever the case may be. I don't know.
And there's also a ruling that has gone down for Judge Hereford for that the defense can call the LAPD detective on the case to question why he didn't pursue Harris as the possible shooter. So there are some people in that room that think like what you're saying, Al, that like, okay, who's really being covered for here? Is it Meg? I mean, is it they covering for Harris or are they covering for Tory? This thing is woo, Lord have mercy. So
It got wacky real.
it did. It seemed like it shouldn't have been this challenging, but it is. I don't know. But that I don't remember stuff ain't working no more. They are, the details are out there, and she put it out there herself.
I mean, there's a text message. The night shortly after that happened, there's a text message said Tory just shot Meg.
Yeah, to this bodyguard or something like that, right?
What, a manager or something? Somebody.
Yeah, it was like a manager or bodyguard or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. This situation is bad, and I don't know. But then the only question I have to what you just said is, okay, then Meg, why are you covering? But maybe she doesn't know who shot her. I don't know. Maybe there was so much confusion that all she saw was, I don't know. But Megan's testimony sounded like she definitively knew it was Tory. But there's some sex stuff involved in this as well. I think Kelly Harris was smashing Tory Lanez, and then Megan started smashing Tory Lanez, and I don't know. This is some hood shit, is what it is. It's some hood shit. It's some real hood stuff, man. Oh boy. So I guess it's all gonna come out in the wild. One thing about court, eventually it all comes out in court. Like you can lie, but boy, that under oath thing is a monster. So anyway, speaking of the truth coming out, we have an update to a story, and this is coming from Young Miami. She said, "Y'all got me twisted if y'all think I'm just the side chick. No, it goes both ways. He do what he want to do. I do what I want to do. And sometimes we do each other."
Okay.
They have an open relationship.
They have an open relationship. So, hold on. We'll let you hear a little bit of that. I mean, I can't, They do each other, Mama Noise. That's what she's saying.
From even centered around that moment, what would you say is the biggest misconception around your, relationship with Diddy?
There are people who think that I'm like a side chick and he just do whatever he want and I'm just heads over heels. No, it go both ways. It ain't nothing one-sided over here.
Come on now. City Girls is always up one.
Thank you.
The really sad part about what I just heard is that she really think that's the way to be. Like, we just out here living our lives, being whatever we be in the moment.
Wow.
But I mean, she just let y'all know. You heard it. You didn't hear it secondhand. You heard it directly.
I mean, to be in a relationship where you have to even do that, you gotta defend. You gotta say, "Just want y'all to know I ain't the side chick." Okay. Why are you even in a relationship?
But why are we even calling this a relationship? Why are we moving the goalposts? Like, or why are we saying a touchdown still ain't a touchdown if you go 100 yards? No,
y'all just friends with benefits.
Right. Let's not call that a relationship. Y'all have a situationship.
Boy, you are right. Folks are moving the goalposts. It's like relationship ain't a relationship. Your wife ain't your wife. Your husband ain't your. It's like we changing it from the original, modified to fit whatever the situation is. I'm not a wife. I'm a wifey. Okay, what's that? I'm wife material.
And by the way, you're allowed to do whatever it is you want to do in this life. You
That's
really
right.
are.
You grown. You
grown. You can do what you want to do. But my thing is, don't change the definition for the rest of us. You do what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, be out. But don't change the definition for the rest of us. Like we like the old definition. They work for us.
I mean, listen. I believe.
So I don't know, Al. What you think about all this craziness?
I just think it's sad that that's how we define a relationship. That's even acceptable. It's a poor. Actually, it's reality, but it's a poor representation of the state that we are in as a society. That is defined as a relationship. The fact that you're being promiscuous, that you're being like there's a video surfaced here recently. I think you may have talked about it the other day. Him walking down the street, mall, wherever they were, holding hands with this other chick.
Yeah,
this Young Miami replica.
Right.
Replica.
No real talk, Mama Noise. The girl kind of looks like Young Miami, so he definitely got a type.
No, she don't. This girl is like she's Asian or something.
No, you got the wrong. It's a different girl. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're not talking about Dana Tran, the one he's got the baby with.
Yeah, that's a different girl. That's the baby mama.
There's three different. Okay.
Yeah, it's a new girl. This is a new girl.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the
Her name
benefits of being
Shantia
that voice.
or Sharanti, whatever her name is.
Shante or Shante or something. I don't know what the pronunciation of that name is.
But yeah, it's just a sad state that that's where we are as a society. So
You know what? The one thing that I take from this story is this: we have to really be careful when we want to attach the words role model to somebody.
Oh,
That's the real cautionary tale here. Man, Diddy's a role model for his people. No, he is not.
who said that?
We say it all the time, Mama Noise. We attach a title to these brothers and sisters and say, "Oh, she's a role model." No, you're not a role model. You are. There are certain parts of your life we can celebrate for success that you've obtained, but role model, we got to start leaving that for. And then we also, not to say that a role model is not going to be flawed. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a certain level of, this is going to be harsh, maturity that and responsibility, that's the word I'm looking for, that I think we got to leave for the word role model. Am I way off on that? Or
no? That's on point.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there.
There should be some responsibility. But at the same time, we can't put it all off on them, because then for parents to take their hands off the steering wheel, so to speak, that are like, in other words, like you said, this person is a role model, but parents need to clear that up and let them know, listen, don't be following these fools. You see them posing for the Sports Illustrated and Entertainment Tonight and all that type of stuff, but you don't know nothing about that person.
Right.
No,
I agree with that 100%. So, Al B, did you see the Beauty and the Beast last night?
I did not. But
oh man, I know
I saw clips and reels and all of that from other people's posts and yada yada.
Okay. Well, listen, it was a little strange in the sense that they tried to do the little mashup of the live and the clips from the movie, and I'm wondering why they just didn't go with a straight version of one or the other. I think the live would have been really awesome just to go straight live, because Her did an outstanding job, Josh Groban did an outstanding job, Shania Twain did an outstanding job. All of them, Martin Short, they did a really good job. So I'm not sure why they didn't just go with a straight live.
You know why they did.
Maybe it was a time issue. I don't know.
No, you know why they did.
I don't know why they did. No.
You know what? I'm gonna just say what I believe.
Let me get the button ready. I feel like it's coming.
I'm wearing a shirt that says Savage, so there you have it. So I believe one of the reasons that they didn't just do a straight live version is because of all the flack that they were catching when it was announced that Her would be Belle for Beauty and the Beast. It's like they the Negroes are taking over. Why they keep trying to put them as the main character? That's not the way we had it in the beginning. Why are you trying to change these main characters and make them people of color?
So, Mama Noise, I will not be giving you the button for that, because that's, to be perfectly honest, that's exactly what the broadcast looked like. It looked like we in this PC world that we now live in, we're going to have to satisfy everybody. So we're going to give half of y'all the Belle y'all want and half of y'all the Belle y'all want. And by the way, that played across the whole spectrum of last night's broadcast, Al. Gaston was a big-ass black dude.
With dreads.
Did he have dreads?
Yeah, you didn't, people. Matter of fact, Dion King, shout out Dion King. He said, he made me feel, it made a brother feel better knowing that Gaston had dreads like he does.
Okay, well, Mama Noise said Savage button. I don't know if it was Savage, Ron, because I'm not sure she's wrong on this one. Because I mean, that's exactly what the broadcast looked like. It looked like we got to satisfy everybody. We caught a lot of hell on that Little Mermaid thing, and we caught some hell on this thing. So now we got to make sure everybody walks away happy. Everybody got what they need.
I'm not sure. I think it was you. I think you're the one that showed us the Facebook group that was anti-Black Little Mermaid. Was it you or was it Al? One of y'all was showing us the page saying that they have a page for people that are against the Black Little Mermaid. So if you think those people was going to be satisfied with Belle being, as you said, one of the greatest Disney movies of all time, all the money, everything they put into it, and now you're going to make it a Black main character? And Gaston has dreads? Oh, come on.
Right. Ryan feels like you should have got a savage button just for the intensity.
As I said, the Negroes are taking over.
Yeah, Al, I'm gonna let you be the tiebreaker on this. I'm okay one way or the
other. I couldn't distribute that savage button because I think she's point on.
Yeah, no, listen, I think she's point on as well. It was a really, I think that's what was the most awkward part of it. Though her did again an outstanding job last night.
Unbelievable.
It's really, really good. And so did Josh Groban. It was a weird mix age-wise, because Josh is like 41 and she's like 25, so that was weird. But other than that,
that's Diddy and his last three country.
Okay. Well, now we have to.
No, seriously. I mean,
go ahead, Al.
That is so common right now to have these 50-year-olds with these 20-somethings and these shares with these 20-somethings. So, I mean, that age barrier thing is.
It does feel like we're trying to normalize it. It does feel like we're trying to normalize these large gaps, like with the share story, with this last night, with all these different moments. We're kind of normalizing these big old gigantic gaps of age or whatever. But I don't know. It was like I said, I love Beauty and the Beast, so I tried to look beyond all the faults and see the beauty of the Beauty and the Beast last night. And I think I enjoyed it, but the other parts were not lost on me.
Can I tell you that I hear what you're saying, but even in the cartoon, Gaston look a little older than the Belle.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is that not figuratively or even in the character, because in the character they never allude to there's a big age gap. They paired all these people up, and you don't really see that in the characters that are drawn. But I know that her is 25, and I know that Josh Groban is a married man of 41. So that's just so I know that they chose him because of his unbelievable gift of singing.
Right.
And maybe the same thing with her, that they chose her because of the same reason, her talent or whatever. But when you saw them hit the stage together and walk down the thing, you were like, okay, that's different, but okay. I'll suspend belief as long as they don't kiss or nothing crazy like that. I'm good.
Well, I mean, who was they gonna have in his place? Chris Brown.
You know what? Now you absolutely savage.
I'm a savage. Oh.
It was so unnecessary, Mama.
In this day and time, who do we actually have that could actually sing that?
That's a great question. Black? Does it have to be black? That's not older?
Mm-hmm. It's got to be in that bracket of her. Do we have anyone? Anybody?
Al, help me out here, man. I can't think of
Chad,
anybody.
speak up, Chad.
I can't think of anybody other than Chris Brown. I can't think of anybody.
But
That's
even
it.
Chris Brown is how old is Chris Brown?
Chris Brown is older than her, but they've already collabed on a song.
Right.
So I'm thinking at least that's a little closer. That's probably within 10 years.
Stop playing, Chad. You
Who
know,
say?
talking about Ray J's.
Oh, no, nobody want Ray J's old ass.
No, we learned from the verses that is not a good.
And Ray J can't sing.
That part. So who do we have? Everybody's 30 plus. We don't have anybody 25 and under can sing anymore.
Damn it, Mama Noise. You might be right. I can't think of anybody.
T-Pain.
Nope.
That might as well keep Josh Groban at that point.
Mario? We gotta blow the dust off Mario.
Mario is how old is Mario? Mario probably about 35, ain't he?
You know what? I know what. Y'all gonna blow the dust off Usher and have Usher come out there and have to sing.
Well, Usher is for sure 40 something.
Well, I'm just saying, I ain't heard nobody. Chat, y'all need to save this thing. Who could be?
Why? Oh no, hold on.
She's 36.
Who?
Zaria said 36. Are you talking about Mario, Zaria?
Mario's probably 30. Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. He's probably about 36.
There is no one 25.
Mama Noise, you said something then.
Who are R&B artists? Who's new, up and coming?
Who
is the word?
Yeah, I was thinking Daniel Caesar, but he can't sing like he can't sing like Josh Groban, and then there's the
maybe it's that dude named John.
Hold on, Mama Noise. Let me finish my statement. What I was gonna say about Daniel Caesar is that he's about the age. He got the right age, and they have collaborated before, but there's a visual factor that could, Daniel's a different looking dude. Like he ain't no Chris Brown.
I mean, it is Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I was trying to keep from saying it.
Well, he got to take the monster costume off at some point.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem with Daniel Caesar. Like, once you take it off, you're like, okay, take it off again. Because no, I'm just saying, no disrespect to Daniel, but
you want to say no disrespect?
I mean, I ain't trying to disrespect. I love Daniel Caesar. I love Daniel Caesar's talent. I think he's amazing. But it's there is a visual thing that people struggle with when listening to Daniel Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Vito, the guy that was on Usher's Tiny Desk? Listen, the fact that you said he was on Usher's Tiny Desk.
I was going to say means.
What are we talking about right now?
I thought you was gonna say Jacquees, the dude who proclaimed himself the king of R&B.
That fool can't sing either.
Well, I was being sarcastic.
I'll add Jacquees when somebody can tell me name one of his songs.
Yeah. We don't know Jaquan that well, so
right. I'd rather say Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen, are you? Okay, now y'all got me looking up R&B singers under 30. Okay, there's a list. Here we go. See, we just needed to Google it. Let me hold on. Because now we got a shot. Now we're gonna really so here we go. We got we already said Chris Brown. The Weeknd.
Nope. He going around with this thing about looking like an old man. Nope.
What about Khalid?
Who?
Khalid.
Is a guy?
Yeah. Give me your location and talk about communication, and he got a decent voice. It ain't Josh Groban, but I mean,
Okay.
What about Ty Dolla $ign?
Does he sing?
That's all he do is sing.
I would have never. The world ain't ready for a Ty Dolla $ign.
What about that? What about that young boy that does that thing with Silk Sonic?
Oh, Anderson .Paak.
Nope.
Or
You don't have the range of a Josh Groban.
or the leave the door open.
How old is he? Bruno Mars. That's probably closer
Yeah,
to her
Bruno.
age.
Bruno, that's his name.
Now Bruno can sing.
He can sing.
Bruno Mars. He's 37.
See, but they didn't want to make it too chocolate.
Bruno would have satisfied everything because he's everything, ain't he?
See, I don't think they want. They tried. You kept saying.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean
Lloyd.
no? What are
You're
you
just
talking
gonna
about?
just casually try to throw in how that young man is a cornucopia of ethnicities. Bruno's everything, ain't he?
So what are you saying, Al?
God damn, that was racist.
How is that racist? He is.
You just gonna throw that in there. Oh, he's everything.
But he is though.
Oh my gosh. Lloyd did say that. Wow, this Beauty and the Beast sure is diverse. Look at all the diversity that they got going here.
They had some big girls dancing with him last night.
They did have some BBWs and but you know there wasn't a lot of cream to go in the coffee. It was
Bryson Tiller, Louisville's very own Bryson Tiller.
He don't sing.
He does sing.
He raps.
No, he sing. He's a sing rapper. He's a rap singer.
Oh my gosh.
And then Miguel.
Nope, Miguel's got to be about 30 something too.
Yeah, Miguel's. I don't know who this is. Brent Fayaz. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who this is.
But he's 25. Maybe he's coming up. There's that Jeremiah dude.
See, I thought it was Jacqueline. Okay.
Trey Songz. Nah, he like to beat
Nope.
me.
We need to make sure that he's okay. He got some cases.
Right.
Active.
August. No, we don't want August. We don't want August.
You about to
Lucky Day. Lucky Day's out there, Mama Noise.
I don't know. Lucky Days are in the same bracket as
There's the guy. This is the guy that Chad was talking about, Vito. Jacob Lattimore. Yeah, I like Jacob Lattimore. Jacob Lattimore.
Vito, don't nobody know.
That's the guy that Chad was just talking about.
I know, but you know, they like featuring Vito.
They say he had a hit. He's got hits.
Nope.
He was on The Voice. Has anybody from The Voice ever like became something?
I'll be wondering that all the time.
See, now y'all gonna make me. We'll get back to this story in a minute. Y'all gonna make me want what? Al, do you know any of the Voice singers like The Voice?
I don't know any of the contestants that I've never been a fan of The Voice.
Me either.
I like the concept of The Voice. I just have never. Okay, so Parade Magazine did the 7 most successful voice competitors of all time. So now I'm gonna read off their names and y'all tell me if y'all know any of these folks.
Okay.
Season 8, Corin Hawthorne. She's actually been nominated twice for a Grammy in the gospel category. I've never heard of her. Have y'all heard of her? I've never heard of her.
No. I was
She's
waiting
got
for
a
the next
song
person.
called Won't He Do It and Speak the Name.
A song called Won't He Do It?
Yeah.
Won't
Season
He
2. Yeah. Season 2, Nicole Gallion.
No.
Okay. Season 3, Cassidy Pope.
That one almost rings a bell,
She's been in country music.
but that one almost rings a bell. Hit me with a song.
Think of You in 2017. Tomorrow Night is the latest joint that she's got out. Cassidy Pope.
I don't know why it rings a bell, but no. All right, next.
Okay. Daniel Bradbury. She's country. Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle Bradbury.
Are you going from 7 to 1 or 1 to 7, or is there any particular?
They skip around. She's season 4.
Okay. No, I was talking about as in order of notoriety, like top 7. I think.
No. I'm just reading them as the article says they exist. She has a song called "Never Have I Ever" that came out in 2020, and another one called her most popular was the one called "Sway." And then she's got another one called "Stop Dragging Your Boots." She's a country music star.
Never Have I Ever sounds like
Never Have I Ever is the perfect. Okay. Now we got one. Morgan Wallen. We know Morgan Wallen.
Country.
Yeah, that's the race. That's the dude that hit them with the racial slur in February 2021.
Yep.
So he started on The Voice.
And his sales went up. Yeah. His sales went up. Yeah.
But he didn't win though. He was just like he was on there.
Well, he's winning now. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he's winning now. Jordan Smith, season 9. He's a Christian artist. His most popular song is "Be Still and Know." And then finally, Sawyer Fredericks from season 8.
No.
I don't know none of these people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always said that The Voice is not really the show. If you're trying to break out into the industry, The Voice is a fun show to be on for. Like it's a fun concept, but like it doesn't really produce stars. Like I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it produces stars to me.
Yeah, the crux of that show is the dynamics between the 4 judges, I believe.
Right.
They focus more on that than they do the actual artists.
I agree.
The knockout round.
Yeah. Who's gonna win in that regard? The rest of it is just like, but it's been on a long time, 22 seasons.
Well, does that translate to 22 years?
No.
Yeah, right.
I think they do it every year. Every
every 3 months is a new season.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like twice a year or twice a calendar year. So every 6 months, whatever. So yeah. All right. Anyway, we digress. The picture y'all keep seeing is a picture of Chris Paul. So we want to give him a shout out. Not only is he supporting HBCUs with his platform, he is now a proud HBCU graduate. He graduated over the last couple of days or yesterday, maybe today. It may have been today. From Winston-Salem State University, the same alma mater as Stephen A. Smith. So he got his degree in media something. But yeah, he graduated this morning, I think it was.
Was it honorary?
No, Mama Noise. He got a degree. He went back to school and finished his degree.
I'm just asking. It seemed like they popping them off left and right.
Well, Mama Noise, some people are actually going to get their papers now.
I mean, Missy Elliott just became Dr. Missy Elliott or something from some.
Yeah, but that was honorary though. But that was honorary. Chris Paul went and actually got his degree. And he got his. I don't know how to feel about this gift that he got his classmates. Because I was trying to see, well, what did he get him? He got him bank accounts.
Nice.
So they all of the people in his class that graduated, he got them bank accounts from Greenwood Bank, which is Greenwood Elevate Membership, which is a black-owned bank.
Mm-hmm.
And he put $100 in everybody's account and gave them a gift card with the account. So they all got $100 from Chris Paul, which amounted to about $2,500.
A whole $100?
Well, it only takes $100 to open the account, Mama Noise.
It's a start.
You're right.
It's a start.
Dad, are you saying he gave $2,500?
Yes, he gave them all $100, Mama Noise. You can't start the account without the $100. You know, when you sit down in the chair, they say, how much would you like to put in as a start up your account? He said $100. And he did that 250. So that's a class of 250, right? Am I right?
Well, Chad said cheap.
Is that cheap?
Very much so.
Everybody say a little start. I mean,
that's like back in the day when your grandmama say, give him $5, baby. Put $5 on this layaway.
Or maybe, am I reading this right? Maybe I'm reading it wrong. It says to celebrate, he provided them each with an account, $100 in it. In addition, they each received a Greenwood Elevate membership. Okay, so what is a Greenwood Elevate membership? What does that mean? Let's look up and see what a Greenwood
Oh my gosh.
Elevate membership is. Because maybe because that's the part that amounts to the $2,500. So okay, let's see. So Greenwood features. Okay, here we go. What do you get? With your Greenwood Elevate membership, you get what?
A coffee maker.
You get no overdraft fees and penalties, no minimum balance fees, no peer-to-peer transfer fees, no monthly fees at all.
You get a coffee maker.
You get Mama Noise. What are you doing?
That's what they do. Old school coffee maker.
But it's more than now. Listen, he gave him more than what I gave him. I didn't give him nothing.
He should just gave him a $100 gift card and been through with it.
No. I think it's huge.
Talk to him, Al.
And the reason I say that is because if we're ever going to be self-sufficient as a society, we have to kickstart this Black-owned bank.
There you go.
It's what Killer Mike's been talking about all along. We need to stop putting our money in their systems and start putting it in ours. Whatever the increment is, I think that's huge. If you have 25, well, how many you saying? 250 now?
Well, if it's $100 a piece, so that's only 250, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole thing amounted to $2,500 as a total.
Well, that's 250 people, which makes sense for a HBCU graduating class.
Right.
It's not like, Purdue where you're going to have 3,600 graduates, But if you get 250 people to open up an account in an all Black owned bank, that's huge, because more than likely they're going to say, well, there's no sense in me going to Truist, Fifth Third.
Right.
I might as well, when I get this first job, just do my direct deposit over here in this account I already have.
Right. So it does come with some stuff. So so your membership includes all the benefits of $200 per month. You get, wait a minute, it said membership includes all of the benefits of $200 a month and some exclusive experiences, such as the AC3 Music Festival, which is a $300 value for events. So you get complimentary access to that. You get exclusive membership only experiences, which is offers and experiences at home and abroad in over 40 cities. You get golf experiences with concierge service. You get book luxury hotels and resorts, and credits, trip cancellation, interruption coverage. So there's some things. You get some things. It's not
Oh, this sounds political.
Why does it sound political? What are you talking about? It sounds political.
Because it sounds like that, he opened the accounts at the black bank to get black money to be going into the black bank.
He did open it back so we go to the black bank.
But that was for the bank. It didn't sound like it was for them. It sounded more like it was for the bank.
No, I think it was for both. Now, you may be right that the bank does benefit from it, but it's both. I think he's trying to re-promote what Al said. If we're ever going to be self-sufficient and take care of our own, we got to start somewhere, and this is a way to start.
Okay, we'll give him a little something more than, a little something.
Well, now, mate, listen, he's just coming off this whole thing.
Because it ain't like he broke.
Well, now, wait a minute. He coming off this thing, with his, he was accused of cheating on his wife, so he got slow.
I feel in a way because I feel that, you're the one that started this, saying, let me flex on him and say, accounts for everybody. And they go, oh, snap, he's going to pay off my tuition or something like Robert Johnson. Nope, $100.
Mama Noise, now listen, that's not right. Because he's doing more than some have done. Some don't be giving nothing.
Okay, well, then we'll just say he gave a $25 gift card from Kohl's.
You know what? Boy, when you wear the shirt, I guess you got to act out that. You got to put the actions in motion.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
Yes, goodness, Mama Noise.
I'm just saying.
And the noisemakers are co-signer. Chris, I support you, brother.
I'm just saying, when you got somebody like Steph Curry that comes along and says, "Let me get my checkbook out. Let me just take care of some things," like he did over at Howard, like Diddy did when he wrote the check for $1 million. Chris Paul,
all accounts they created equal. Maybe the way his checking and his savings work don't work like that.
Okay.
Maybe he can't move his money around like that. So
all right.
I ain't gonna speak on another man's bank account.
Right. I'm looking beyond the monetary benefit. I think the investment is far greater than the check Diddy wrote or the check Steph Curry wrote, because I think getting these black banks going has a far greater impact for future generations.
Plus, he literally graduated from an HBCU,
and we're still talking about Kanye accusing him of sleeping with Kim Kardashian.
Right. So I got to give him a lot of points for he didn't just put his money where his mouth is. He actually put his feet on the ground and graduated from that place, and then took pictures with his classmates to say, "See, it can be done." So I'm gonna give him a solid A-, Mama Noise. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. Well, and you know what, Paul? We should. Maybe that's the real lesson. We all could do what he did, to be honest, and maybe that's what we should be looking to do. Like, maybe we should all be saying, "Hey, we're gonna get you started off so that when you walk out these doors, you got a legitimate bank account in your name." You're welcome.
I so wish River City Bank was still up and running here in Louisville.
I think
was River City Bank a black bank?
It was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That explains why my check bounced when I worked. I worked for a company, and they had their account through River City Bank, and then they was like, "Oh, here go your paycheck," and I went there, and I was like, "What do you mean you don't have?"
It's got nothing to do with River City Bank. That's all the person that wrote you the check.
Mama Noise, why you got to try to poo-poo?
I'm just saying, I remember that. The place.
Okay, but that was who you was working for. They got to do it.
If I wrote you a check with my Truist account and it bounced, it's not Truist's fault. That's my fault. I don't have the funds to cover that check.
Well, that person tried to make it seem like it was the bank's fault. And I was like, this bank is raggedy.
Well, they got you, Mama Noise. You fell for it.
Now, see that's okay. I will
You
not.
fell for it.
I will not out the people who was raggedy. Just let me know I need to find a new job.
Right. That was the real lesson.
Trying to work for our people.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
All right. I don't think I got
now
no
see
more
where the
stories.
animosity toward black shows comes from.
Right.
Just
Right.
kidding.
Right.
No, you ain't Bartholomew.
I am just kidding, Mama Noise. There's no way you can be the woman that you are and not appreciate black culture. So I know it's all a joke.
Thank you, Al. See there, Mr. Noise.
I know the truth. So there you go.
Oh, that's that pettiness.
Just say it, Mama Noise. I know the truth.
Hush, Kyrie.
What was I going to say? Oh, that's all the stories I got today, other than it's Christmas time. And you know what, y'all? I did something that I don't normally do, but I saw this online and I could not resist. And the price was completely and totally right. I channeled my inner childhood to back in the day, a gift that that my mama bought me years ago. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these type of books. TAC. It's kind of like those Encyclopedia Brown books, where you read and then you got to solve the mystery in the back of the book, and then you read it and solve the mystery, whatever. But this was one of my favorite book series back in the day. And man, I found the book for $3 online, and I am thrilled to have found it. Because it brings back so many wonderful Christmas memories, man. So I was going to ask you guys, do you have any, if there are some gifts that you could re-gift yourself from the memories of things that you got back in the day, what would the gift be?
Re-gift.
Yeah, if there was something that you could find online that you enjoyed as a kid, you'd be like, man, I wouldn't mind having that again just to have it.
Man, I know I had some types of gifts where people would be like, what? But I had a cow.
A what?
A cow. It was called Milky, the Marvelous Milking Cow.
Oh, Lord.
And it was about this big. And you pump the tail and it would suck up the water. And then it had the little udders up under the bottom for you to squeeze the milk out.
That sounds disgusting.
I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was a beautiful cow. And that was really a special gift that I did get, that I treasured when I had it. And Barbie Dream House, that was something I always wanted that I did not receive. And you would think, man, at this point, it should be no big deal. But man, there she is.
Milky the Marvelous Milking. Let me tell you something. Milky the Marvelous Milking Cow sounds so fake that it's real. That's how bad of an idea Milky the Marvelous Milking Cow.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. There is Milky.
I really did like that. I love that cow.
Now, Mama Noel, to be honest with you, I can't see myself paying $90 on eBay for it.
No,
probably not gonna happen.
they're trying to get those people that nostalgia, fulfilling the nostalgia of toys from back in the day. They trying to milk us. See what I did there? They're trying to milk us. I get that, but I wouldn't do it either. I think they're wrong for that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there was only 3 toys. It was
but they run as high as they got some on eBay for $500.
I see that. See what I'm talking about? It's that pettiness. It's no matter what I market for, people are gonna buy it.
No, I'm not doing it. Shame on you, Paul, for suggesting it.
The Baby Chrissy doll. Baby Chrissy doll was it was like a big life-size baby with red hair, and you could pull her hair out of her head. to make it longer. And then when you wanted this shorter, you could take 2 extra tugs and it would go back inside of her head.
Oh my goodness. What kind of Chucky ass doll are you talking about now? Like, this just sounds, Mama knows your childhood makes me nervous.
What in the world?
Like some of the choices that you were choosing as kid, as look at this. Look at this.
No, the main one over there on the end in the box.
It's the same thing.
No, I'm talking about where you already had it right there.
Right here?
The one you had before you clicked it.
It's all pretty dark and disturbing, Mama Noise. I ain't gonna lie to you.
At that time, we didn't have a lot of options other than Barbie.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right, Al. Now that Mama Noise made us sad, what would you choose?
You know, again, growing up, we didn't get a lot of toys.
Right.
We mostly got clothes, and then you would get shareable toys, board games, video games,
right,
things like that. Individual toys was a rarity around our house. But I do recall, was it Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah, my brother had one.
And I think there was also a Hulk that stretched the same way.
It was green.
Stretch Armstrong is a thing.
And
that's right.
I enjoyed that. Now, we've talked previously about the gift I never got that I wanted, and my mom got the wrong thing, and and that was the action figure Star Wars. Yes, that's Stretch.
Well, I remember trying to tear that up.
Something so simple. No telling what kind of cancer-causing agents that was made of.
Oh my gosh. It was some type of gel or something inside of it, I heard.
Cancer-causing.
Yeah. But Star Wars action figures was the one gift that I never got. The year that she tried to get something that we wanted individually, and she ended up getting me these big 12-inch tall, foot tall Star Wars things that you snap together and they didn't bend at the joints, but you know, it was the thought that counted.
What was it you wanted? What was it? Action
Star
figures?
Wars, the action figures, you know, where the ankles moved and the arms bent.
Yeah.
You know, they're only about 4 or 5 inches tall.
But which one?
All of them. I just wanted Star Wars figures. So, but it's all good.
Wow.
We don't have any. So we understood what was going on in the financial situation that our parents were dealing with, but you're right. It would have been nice to get. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a lot of the stuff I wanted.
Yes, we know.
I did. I mean, the only thing I didn't get was the green machine. I didn't get that. Like,
I always wanted a green machine. Never got one of those.
Yeah, I never got a green machine. But they moved me right from tricycle to bicycle, so I can't really be that mad at the transition. I was like, well, this is kind of technically better than the green. Is this the green?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's not Hulk?
Yes, Hulk.
Okay. And then look, that's you. Rub it in.
No. I was just showing that's me.
Savage.
I know. Get him, man. Yeah, it is.
That's the one. That's the
Humble Flex.
That might have been a Humble Flex. I won't lie to you.
How about, is this the toy you wanted?
I wasn't trying to Humble Flex though.
And that was a Humble Flex.
Was this the toy you wanted?
Actually, I did have that. I had the stretch.
So it wasn't a Humble Flex. See, y'all gave me a Humble Flex for nothing. I was just sharing the memory because that's me and my grandma. That's grandma.
No, you still get the button because last time I mentioned the console I had in my house, you was talking about that's because y'all was poor.
That's look, Mr.
Well,
Noah's like, give me
listen.
that damn toy till you get in there and eat them chitlins.
Listen, Mama Noise, the Odyssey did not reek of, success.
Everybody couldn't afford Intellivision, ColecoVision.
I'm just saying though, but let's not do that.
I was one day saying maybe one day we could afford an Atari, and then here you go. Oh, we already had that.
Yeah, we had Atari.
See that, Petty? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what, Mama Noise?
I guess you can't tell us what your favorite toy was because you got all your toys.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't get was
wow.
I did get a lot of the toys I wanted. I'm just being honest. Are we being honest tonight or not? Okay.
I know. Al said he out.
I'm being honest. I got a lot of stuff I wanted.
Oh.
The only thing I didn't get was a green machine.
You know what? And you deserve not to get it.
Why do I deserve not to?
Since you got everything else, you already have something you didn't get.
Wow, Mama Noise, I didn't realize you was gonna be petty. Like
the rest of us is given a list of stuff we didn't get. You talking about, I got all those things. I just
got a lot of stuff, Mama Noise. But now here's the other side. I don't know if I asked for a lot of stuff either. Like some of that stuff they just got. I didn't ask for some of that stuff. I was just excited that Christmas was coming. Like somebody's gonna give me something. I was excited about that.
Okay.
I don't remember asking for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we'll just call you
violin.
We'll just call you Drake.
Drake.
I got everything. I got everything.
I cannot complain. I cannot.
I don't even know what y'all think.
I forgot. It's a lot.
You know what? That was really good. I can't even front on you. That was really good. That was really, really good.
You should have that as a drop.
You got the cow, and you got the. I didn't get the green machine though, Paul. I didn't get it.
No,
I did have operation.
I should get you the cow, and you should, and I should get you.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I ain't get my big ass on the green machine now. I did have operation though. I had operation. That was fun.
I did. Operation. We did. Yeah, we did have that. I remember that.
So, Mama knows you was blessed. You was blessed and highly favored. You know what? This might be a good time for a commercial. Y'all know we got Uncorked Wine tomorrow, and part 3 of this is gonna go down. You heard it right here, the top 10 all-time list. We've had a ball talking about that. So much so that we probably got an announcement coming in January with that. Because it's been really, really good. And we've had some conversations afterwards like, man, this could be something. So we're gonna try to turn that into something bigger. So that's just been a lot of fun. But at any rate, we're gonna have some more fun with it tomorrow night. And that will be the last Uncorked Wine for 2022. Because
the next week is Christmas Eve.
Next week is Christmas Eve, and the week after that is New Year's Eve. And we don't work.
Wait a minute.
What?
We're not zooming past to no New Year's Eve without stopping at my birthday.
Oh, but we are.
But that Friday, Mama Noise we'll be on that Friday. We'll let you have your time.
Hush, Bartholomew talking about, oh, yes, we are. Well, I'm telling you the truth.
We'll be on for your birthday, Mama Noise. Just calm down. Lord,
Okay.
some people just be, You want us to do an uncorked wine? We can't do an uncorked wine on New Year's Eve, Mama Noise.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can't.
We gonna at least do Black Friday.
We'll do Black Friday because that's your actual birthday.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Black Friday to be called the Queen's birthday.
Okay, that's very creative.
Boy, I won't be 60 years old, Mr. Paul, so you can just chill out.
Oh my goodness, y'all. What about your friends? Okay. What are we doing? That's it. That's the end of the show. We ain't got nothing else to talk. I do want to give a shout out. Shout out to the Louisville women's volleyball team. Who will play in the national championship tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. So I'm gonna feel away one way or the other as we come on the air tomorrow night. I'm either gonna be thrilled that the Louisville women have cracked the code and they are the national champions in volleyball, or I'm gonna be like, dang, we almost had it. But
I don't think I'll be upset, Lloyd, because that just means they're one step closer. Where they make it to semis last year?
Last year they got to the semis and didn't crack the code, but this year they got to the finals, baby. The finals, baby. And they can win this thing. They are good enough to win this thing. So they got a tough opponent in Texas, but that's okay. Because it's gonna be it was good. Last night was fantastic. It was a fantastic match. Shout out to Pitt, who pushed them about as far as they could push them last night. But
I think their quarterfinal went to 5 sets too.
It did. It did. It did. It absolutely did. What, Mama Knows what?
Perhaps we need to mention an addendum.
Come on with the addendum.
According to CBS Sports NBA, Chris Paul graduates from Winston-Salem State and gives each classmate $2,500.
What? Where'd you get that from?
CBS Sports NBA.
Okay.
Because it was looking raggedy out in these streets if it was just $100. I'm saying, come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Again, I was impressed just by the 250 new accounts.
Okay.
I got everything.
Somebody must have got that wrong. The way that was being reported from the other side, they got that all the way wrong.
They was gonna have him out in these streets looking.
They had him out in the streets looking raggedy. Okay, so that does sound better. Okay, so there you go. But that is a nice way to start the weekend.
That is a nice way to at least have a nice. That's a nice account. So not only blessing the people.
Oh, bless your heart, Tara. We praying, girl. We praying. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Thank you for that addendum, Mama Noise. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, Al, you got any shout outs before we go, or was that one a good one?
Say what?
I said you got any shout outs before we go?
Nah. My baby be home tomorrow. Lord
yes, you will. And then y'all can really celebrate.
What a big birthday.
We celebrated before she left, remember?
Oh, it's all over. The celebration is all over.
We had a big party before she left.
Wow.
That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Okay.
Anthony Bruce just raining on a parade.
Yeah. Shout out to all the noise makers. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Mr. Uncorked Wine, Ryan Nolan, wherever you are. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow night, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it for us tonight. We done. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for hanging out with us and kicking it. And again, we send our thoughts and condolences to the boss / Hoken family as they deal with this tragic loss of the brother Twitch. And until then, we will see y'all tomorrow. Bring your glasses, bring your bottles, and uncork some wine with us tomorrow. Well, they're gonna let you out. They're gonna let you out tomorrow. They're gonna let you out tomorrow. Your name is Toby. It's a good name. All right. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.